right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at the very first example, how to find lateral area, surface area, and volume of a cone. Now, I have sent you via Google Classroom. You should have these examples. You can do them on another sheet of paper if you like. And if you even want to try this on your own and try to find each of those, before I go through it with you, you can sure pause this video and go and see if you can do them yourself, and then check them when we go over them together. Okay? So if we look at this cone, there's some things we know about it. First of all, we know that 12 is the height. Okay? That's the perpendicular height or altitude from the apex up here down to the base. 13 is the slant height. That's from the base up to the apex along the edge of along the lateral surface of the cone. And then finally, down here, the 10 centimeters looks to be the diameter of the base. So, let's start off with lateral area. So if you remember, lateral area is equal to, for a pyramid or a cone, 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height. Now, I know that's not the formula given on your formula sheet, but if you want to use one of the formulas on your formula sheet, you can go ahead and use this one. It says lateral area is equal to we're given the diameter, and if you remember perimeter of the base here, that's just the circumference of this base. Since they give the diameter, we can just go perimeter times diameter, or pi times diameter. So it's basically, if you look on your formula sheet, 1/2 pi times diameter of the base times the slant height. Okay, not too difficult. So now let's plug everything in, and we have 1/2 times pi, and you can use, it doesn't say, you can use 3.14 for pi if you like to, or you can use the pi button on your calculator. We're going to take that times pi times the diameter was 10 times the slant height of 13. Don't use 12, the regular height, use the slant height. And if you do that, you get, ladies and gentlemen, about 204, if you use that on your calculator, 0.20, yada, yada, yada. And then it says round to the nearest whole unit, so that would be approximately, the nearest whole unit would be right there, would be approximately 204 square centimeters, because remember, this is a lateral area. Okay? So good so far? If you did it on your own, did you get it right? So let's take a look now at surface area. Well, remember, to get the surface area, the total surface area, just take the lateral area plus the area of the base. So in other words, we're going to take the lateral area plus the area of this circle right here. Well, if you remember the area of a circle, you can flip it over the front of your formula sheet. The area of a circle is pi r squared. Or there's other formulas you could use there if you like to, for if you're given the diameter, but I like to use pi r squared. So if we do that, we just found the lateral area to be 204.20 ... And again, you don't want to round during the calculation. That's why I'm not using the rounded answer for lateral area of 204. I'm going out a couple decimal places. Plus pi times the radius squared. Now, if the diameter was 10, the radius would be half that, would be 5 centimeters. So that's times 5 squared. So if you go ahead and let's take a look here. So if you get to your lateral area was 204.20 plus this right here, 5 squared is 25 times pi. That's about 78.539. And then if we add those together, we get about 282.74. Now, and again, it says to go ahead and round that to the nearest whole number, which that 2, this 7 we'll round that 2 up to a 3. So that's approximately 283 square centimeters, because again, it's a surface area. Now, basically your hard work is done, because now for the volume, remember, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to have to extend the page again, remember that volume is equal to 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now, that's also the same as the volume of a pyramid. So, on your formula sheet, you'll see this. It equals 1/3. Now, what they do is we said area of the base is pi r squared. So you'll probably see this, pi r squared for area here, and then times the height. Now, the thing is, I don't think you need to do that because we already know the height. We just found the area right here. This right here was the area of our base. Okay, so you can just put that in there, right in there for A. So if we want to find the volume, we're just going to go ahead and take 1/3 times the area of the base. Now again, you could put in pi and 5 squared if you wanted, but again, that's what this is right here. Area of the base. I'm going to just put a little arrow there. Area of the base is 78.539 times your height, and if you go back up here and take a look, your height was 12 centimeters, not your slant height, your height. So what that is about 314.159, and again, we're going to round to the nearest whole number, so if you do that, the volume is approximately 314 cubic centimeters. Why cubic? Because again, it's a volume. And that's really the only example I'm going to do of a cone. It's not too difficult, I don't think. If you need me to do another example or something, just give me a yell, email me, and I can send you something else. Or if you're having troubles, email me, text me, call me, and we can work through it. But there are how you find the surface area, lateral area, and volume of a cone. Okay? All right, have a good day. And we'll look at the last video, we'll look at an application.